with yet another series under the members spotlight. And I'm sure you will not want to miss to hear this, amazing series that we are doing. And today we have with us Mr. Venkata Harshwardhan, who has an overall experience in the manufacturing segment and expertise in the engineering domain, and who has traveled across 15 countries. The unique perspectives definitely that he will bring into this discussion, broadening the understanding of the manufacturing segment and the global trends, will surely help you once you hear this entire podcast series with us. And the wonderful insights you gain from these diverse cultures also help you to kind of bring up your own innovative solutions to the problems you might be facing to your manufacturing segment or unit. So if you are a mentor and you are guiding some units, or if you are an promoter who is actually handling the manufacturing segment, a unit, this is one series that you must not want to miss. So definitely new approaches and improved operations, or staying ahead from the competition. How is it that Venkata has achieved it all is something that we would love to hear from you, Venkata. And with this, a very good evening to you and a welcome to you. And please, help us understand your journey till date and what has been your experience and expertise into.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening to all. See, I'm a mechanical engineer. I passed out in 1986, and after that, I started working in the steel industry. And I'm very fortunate, actually, really, I say I'm very fortunate to work with some great people. Like I worked in the JSW Group, Jindal, for a long period. I was an operations head. And during my this journey, I had no chance to travel to many countries for selection of the equipments and for design and see the new technologies and this kind of like Germany, US and all, where we get a good at the time, till the time, whatever the equipment and the factories which saw in India, we used to suppose the best. But that kind of it is not only the kind of technology. If you go to the abroad or Europe, it is their approach towards the equipment selection itself. While selecting the equipment, designing itself, they look consider the environment, less pollution and the safety aspects. And this is more than the what we give a first priority of profitable turn. It is really a good journey. And I was an operations head and was leading the big steel industry in the operations and giving the lot of profitability. At that time, 7 years ago to be precise, I quit my job and I started my own consultancy company. Initially, a proprietorship company called Kalyan Engineering, and that brand I was doing, like initially doing consulting for reed furnaces, steel industries, then aluminum meltings, where I used to help them, conserving their energy, increasing their profits, improving the yield, modifying the layouts kind of. And 1 year ago, we started an LLP. We have a plans for the future going into private limited and still growing up. And by God's grace, so far the journey is very satisfying. And satisfying in the sense, whenever you do some job and contribute to the industry, like that organization where I save their cost and reduce the rejections and increase their profits, it gives me more satisfaction apart from the money you earn.
100%. I can completely agree to what you're saying, Venkata. I would like to just deep dive into what you just mentioned, and with the kind of experience that you have traveling across 15 countries. And so you would have seen a lot of trends that are now emerging with the technological advancements that are happening in the industry. Whether it would be AI, or whether it would be the machines that are, coming off, the new age machines that we call, right? So, what do you believe will be significantly impactful in that space of steel and aluminum industries in the next maybe 4 5 years that are to come?
Definitely. See, compared to 4 5 years, even 10 years ago, now the Indian industries, only in the metal, steel and aluminum, they are using more advanced technologies like data analytics, machine learnings, which help them early detection of the issue so that it will save a lot of cost and time. Otherwise, olden days, some breakdown comes, used to waste days and hours also. Now even before the equipment fails, it will start giving indication that this is going to the problem because the behavior is different and changing. This is the AI and these are giving the indications. Now, for example, you are going to a strip mill where the strip comes out at 10 meter per second speed, very high speed. Zoom, around 2000 meters strip gets rolled within 1.5 minutes. Now the technology is such at that speed that there are cameras on top and bottom, they capture the images, and whatever the exactly precisely they tell at which length and which part there is a defect.
Okay.
These
Wonderful.
kind of advanced technologies have came. So earlier they were not there. And if you come to an aluminum and all, aluminum is a compared to steel, it is very lightweight. We initially we are using people to carry the small parts and all. But recently I've seen in good company like Hindalco and Jindal Aluminium, they are going for like robotic systems where the metal transfer is fast. Not only fast, the robot puts exactly in the place where you want. If there is no rework, the margin of error is reduced, the human are reduced, and a lot of advanced systems have started. This is really a very good developments are happening in India compared to what we had a few years ago. And the trend is also the steel production long back when it started around 25, 35 years ago. One or two steel plants used to be existing. Now everyone is coming with larger capacities. Now a new plant is coming in Maharashtra recently we had. One is coming in Visakhapatnam. We expect today the steel production approximately around say 200 million tons we are producing in India. In next 5 years is we expect it to go to 300 million tons.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
amazing. Huge shift that we can see in these kind of industries.
Yeah.
And I'm sure with the kind of development that we are looking forward for, this will be an imperative. I mean, these industries are the foremost industries that are functional in making the change happen. So
Yes.
definitely. Venkata, you also mentioned while speaking about the ESG as a concept that in these countries ESG is something that they give more prerogative to compared to India. So if you
Yes.
could elaborate a little more on the ESG
See,
aspect
most
and
of the if you see
principles.
the steel industry as such, it does it will always have an impact on the environment because steel uses melting of steel, lot of the gases comes out from the chimneys if you see, and there are a lot of acid treatments happen for the strips, like when you do the galvanizing or these kind of things. These things require a lot of care at the time of designing the equipment and installing so that your emissions to the environment should be very less. Emissions can be in the form of gas or in the form of the treated water, like acid also when we dispose of should be treated, should be made neutral and normal only. We cannot leave anything to, nothing to be. These kind of things earlier, even earlier actually the production quantity was itself less. So there was less pollution happening. Now coming more and more industries and now the more scrutiny has started actually. I mean to say, earlier there was not much scrutiny. I
Okay.
can personally see last few 10 years, even the government through pollution boards, the more scrutiny is happening. Earlier it was not there. So because of scrutiny, more awareness has started. So every company is going to upgrade their environment systems, emissions, control the emissions before sending it to atmosphere, before treating that, making it neutral, less harmful. These kind of things. This is really a good thing to see. Many companies now, coming with this. But these things actually were there long ago in Europe. They were very strict actually. But now, fortunately, we are also competing with them at coming to that level. And see, most of the companies have already visited recently. They talk about environment. They ask, sir, what will be the emissions? What will be the pollution? Whether we'll meet the pollution board norms or not with this. So I really feel happy when I see this.
Wonderful. And are these concepts of ESG also being incorporated right from, as you
Yes,
mentioned,
yes, yes,
while
because
procurement, they do consider the ESG about the machinery, about the
see,
emissions, and in the project
actually,
management.
the owner started realizing not only that reduce the input, but considering the ESG environment and social, that will increase their reputation. See, not only earlier, the most of the company managements are not that much considerable to the reputation now because now most of the listed companies there is a competition. People when they invest in the company, they look at the reputation of the company also. So
Correct.
the management and the board members started looking at, oh yes, if we care about the environment, if we reduce the emissions and the pollution, our company reputation will increase. Further, at the same time, take care of the social also, about the surrounding areas, the people, how it will impact them, how it will benefit them, not only impact them, how to support them, benefit them, like providing the basic amenities to and all. Not only common social associates are like providing a hospital facility or school facility, they are doing more than that, whatever company can do. These are all changed, this is for the good, this thing. They, at the time I said they want to improve their responsible, then the people notice them, their reputation, and also they see when they look at the governance, if they do a proper governance with the respect to the ESG and all, they things, when they do, it is going not only uh, giving the more profit, in the long run it is sustaining.
Hmm.
They are
So
looking at the long
sustainability
run, not
thought.
only today. My company should be doing good after a year, after 3 years, after 5 years also. So today I need to take care of the ESG and put a systems in place.
Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. So sustainability is something that many companies are focusing as per what you have
Yes,
observed as a trend,
yes,
and to maintain that, or to be in line with the sustainability, whatever needs to be done or whatever measures need to be taken, those companies are ready to take in those measures, right?
correct, correct.
Wonderful. So, I also wanted to understand, Venkata, because you mentioned about your own business and consulting these, different companies. So, what has been that one motivating factor for you to leave a corporate job and then take up your own business? And how has this transitional journey been for you?
See, basically, when I started my working, when I was young, I started working on the furnaces, reheating, and rolling mills, and mostly I was dealing with the fuels and energy conservation. In those days, I'm fortunate with the JSW. I'd been to, selecting the equipment, buying. I went to US and I saw how their furnaces are run. They're very efficient and fuel savings, energy conservative measures, and very non-polluting. Then over the years working, I thought, with my knowledge, with my experience, I should start helping the industries. Okay, the big industries, they have lot of money and they have big team and all. There are many small and medium industries producing steel and export aluminium, but they're not aware and they're not guided properly. So I started contacting them, and with my networking and contact, I started getting the contact initially. I used to study their equipment and give them a plan how to reduce the fuel, consumption, how to reduce the pollution, how to make it more efficient. Then they started seeing the results in the profits. Why I started to ask a good question. Now this journey is giving more satisfaction.
Nice.
Most of my friends are retired. I'm already, you may be aware, I'm across 60, but still people call me and I enjoy my work. And when I see the results coming, I really enjoy that.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, actually, I mean, the Mentor My Board, when we formed Mentor My Board in 2018, these were the similar lines that we observed, top 1,000 listed companies were getting the best of the best mentors. They had those trainings, they had people to advise them, they had those right guidance in place. But just below those top 1,000 listed companies, there were a few other listed companies, and unlisted companies are many. So they are really deprived of, maybe, or they do not get those timely guidance in place for the directors, for the senior management people, for the CEOs, CXOs in their organizations. And many came back to us and said, had we got the right guidance at right time, we would have kind of, escalated to a different level today. So that was our inception also about, starting something like Mentor My Board as an organization. And since you have, and you are a member of Mentor My Board, and you have transitioned from a normal membership to our elite membership, I would like to understand your journey with Mentor My Board, and what has been those shifts and things that made you kind of jump to the elite membership? So, what has been your experience with us?
Really, it has been wonderful, honestly, because first time when I was, you know, when I'm doing my job in free time, I started studying about ISCA and about the board and how to contribute to the this thing. I was going through Google and searching the information. I came across the Mentor My Board accidentally. No one actually told me about this.
Wonderful.
Then when I saw the MMB website, I went. When I saw and I went, it became more and more interesting. I saw the names like your name. I saw Miss Momaya. I saw their all their CV. What are they? Not. I become more and more interesting. Then I thought immediately I should become a member and I should explore. No, try to gain the knowledge and how the board works and all by getting more interaction and all. Then it was very good. Then your team conducted some, gave me some test to judge my knowledge on this thing, which I gave the test. They gave the results, and they were guiding me. Then recently, again 3 months ago, I talked to the member. They said I want to get more involved. I want to get in more opportunities on this thing. Then I decided to become elite member and become elite member. After that, also there was a session, discussing about what I'm doing, what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses, where I can fit into it. It's really good. And I saw the new members joining also. They are coming from different fields. There are some authors, some bank personals, some insurance company personals, some finance, some technical. They're really interesting. Otherwise, when we have with a small group of people, our knowledge becomes limited to that kind of a point. Now, when you interact with different fields, we have more networking and we have more knowledge, and we have some kind of doubts with certain particular field. I can ask that member, I can share that. So this gives more opportunities. So I'm really thankful to MMB in that way.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And just before we proceed ahead, if you are someone who is listening to the conversation, or if you happen to listen to this conversation even post it has been done, do share your questions in the chat box, and we would be happy to kind of go through them and answer them as well.
Sure.
Venkata would also be happy to respond to it. So we are live on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. So anywhere you are, and if you wish to, ask us any questions, please do share it in the chat box, and we would be happy to take it up even during the conversation, or maybe even post that reply to you on the chat. And with this, Venkata, I again come back to you to ask you. I'm sure as a entrepreneur, you would have faced a lot of challenges in the initial stages, because entrepreneurship is not something that many people would take up and would pursue for a longer time after coming from the job segment or from the corporate segments. So how is it was your journey, and what were the challenges that you faced, and how did you kind of overcome those challenges?
See, normally when I was working also, see, I started my work at from a junior level, then I went up to the like an operation. I was the vice president of operation in a very big Jindal organization. So I was responsible for all entire technical team in the plant, production, maintenance, quality, all were reporting to me and I was answerable. Except the finance, marketing, everyone was reporting to me.
Wow.
Now, during that time, the challenges, like any leader, many of the people are, see this will agree. You see, the team, most of the team members don't want to come out of the comfort zone
Very true.
because they want to, tell themselves now whatever is going on well. Why should we should change? If something happens that may go wrong, it may fail. There is a fear of failure, and people resistant to take risk. Want to be comfort zone. Then I used to tell people, okay, we are doing say last quarter so much of production, so much this thing. If you want to increase, we want to take a next step, then we should take some changes. We
100%.
will should be able to take some risks. Then there will be hesitation. Then my job is to become not only convincing them, but see, many people in the world are doing, we should also do that. There's nothing, great this thing. Maybe we may fail once or twice, but doesn't matter. You will not lose your job or nothing. Blame will come onto you. I will be the handling the person. I will answer the board. I will answer the CEO. You will not be answering them. Don't worry. Like them, take confidence and do that kind of things I should do. But when we do that, some challenges what we come across, another challenge is practically when we plan, there are I see most of the time the supply chain disruptions come.
Hmm.
One of the major this thing, because when we plan with the particularly engineering industry, when we have a plan, we need to produce, say, I need to have an export order of 5,000 tons of tubes for the oil, gas tubes, and everything's ready. Some metal don't come, and my plan is getting disturbed.
Hmm.
These kind of things. But I fortunately, again, throughout my career, why I even if I look back and see why I've been so successful, according to my standards, even I got a good mentors and guides throughout my career, my seniors who
Wow.
are very knowledgeable, very experienced people. Even the owners also, like an ISMD, I see the ex-ISMD chairman, Mr. Taneja. I worked with Mr. DP Jindal, the chairman of Maharashtra Seamless. They were very guiding force. They were very demanding. They were very asking the results, forcing. But when I look back, because I worked with them, I gained more confidence and I become more successful. So this kind of guiding mentorship was also, I was very fortunate and I could solve this. But again, if I look back, once I was reading one interview with me of Mr. Neelakani of Infosys. He said once, I'm like a plumber, I fix everything. That is also true for every leader. Some problems come, we need to fix those problems. Then only
Very
we can go ahead.
Very true. I think you highlighted some very, very key aspects while you were mentioning about it. One, that, as a leader, you should be able to take all the blame on yourself and
True.
pass on all the good things or all the appreciation to your team. And
Yes,
that kind of makes you the leader the team would want to die for. So
correct.
definitely, that kind of leadership is really very important in leaders. The second very important thing that you highlighted is, if you have tough bosses or tough leaders, please do not shy away from them, because they are the people who will definitely help you to evolve in your journey. So, and the third thing is, I mean, if you have to come out of your comfort zone and perform something, you should always be kind of open enough for these things so that you grow in your life. So it is, stagnation is not the end result that we are looking forward for, but growth is the ultimate objective, and you grow only out of your comfort zone. So you've
Correct.
highlighted wonderfully these 3 points while you were mentioning about the instances and the challenges that you have come across, Venkata. And I really, really appreciate the way you have highlighted them.
Thank
So
you.
I would also love to know the key milestones that you feel are your true achievements in your career so far, so that the audience also learns from it.
See, there were quite a few milestones. As I said, fortunately, the Mara Seamless today, which is such a huge company having many, many units, when they set up the first unit in 1988, there was a complete ground when they started digging. I was the member of the team, one of the very few first engineers joined there. When the tube started producing, it was a big milestone and felt satisfaction. Similarly, the JSW Ispat, which was Nippon Denro at that time, and 1994 and 95 started near Dolvi in Alibag, Maharashtra. It was a complete playground and all the equipment selection, installation, very key team. I was a very key member of the team, and during that project only, I had a chance of interacting with the Germans, Americans, where we took the equipment from Germany and some equipment from USA. I traveled to these countries also at the time. That was the key milestones which gave me a very good see that yes, we can achieve even bigger, that kind of confidence.
Hmm.
Then coming to kind of a what are the achievements, what we did. You know, sometimes, the Maharashtra Seamless or ISMT, people said these equipments are designed to produce only say 50,000 tons a month. There's no year, not more than that, this machine. Or this not produce more than 1 million ton. Then we used to study, we took a challenge. Now, what modification we can do and how to increase the production from this, because we are getting a target new orders and we don't have a time to bring a new machine and install. That will take 6 or 7 months. What changes we can make, like that we could make, like change the drive, make the speed, and how to reduce the qualities and increase the production, and did that. That was really challenging, and a lot of satisfaction, got appreciation from the management also.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, Venkata, I understand that your business is flourishing well. What are your future plans? Where is it that you see your consulting, going ahead, and what are your plans for expanding the same?
Yeah, as I said, we do only giving the service. We are not doing into manufacturing or anything. But we do have tie-up with some manufacturing companies, people who do the furnaces and the boilers and the heat saving equipment. And we do design and supply the designs of people, and also execute this designs. And our main aim is to reduce the cost of their production by reducing the wastage of energies, whether the fuel or any kind of heat energy, and reduce their operation time. Suppose it is taking 1 hour to heat, how to make it within 45 minutes we see, so that the production can increase. That's why we are doing. And because of this networking also helped me a lot, getting more and more. See, I never did more advertising in the big these thing websites and all.
I feel there is some network challenge at Venkata's end. We will wait for a minute, and while he comes back, this is a question to the audience. How is it that you see the power of mentoring, the power of networking in your life? Please do put it in the chat box for us to view, and so that we can have a wonderful interaction. So do let us know what is the power of networking for you in your life, and the power of mentoring, and where are those changes or the shifts that you have seen due to either of them. So do share your story with us, so that we all can have that flow of information and flow of experiences for each other. I understand Venkata has some serious network issue due to which he might have logged off. But yes, definitely you can post in some questions if you have any for him, and he would be happy to answer to them. Apart from that, you can always log into www.mentormyboard.com, and we as a platform are a one-stop solution for all the directors, the board of directors, and the senior management team of your organization, if any. So may it be the learning, may it be the mentoring, may it be any tools, any services that you need for your organizations, may it be any CXO level or above kind of people that you need for your organization. I think Mentor My Board is one platform that you must visit. Today, we are a community of 3,000 people on the platform of Mentor My Board, which will include promoters, which includes independent directors, which includes investors, merchant bankers, so on and so forth. So it's a wonderful community, and if you are still not a part of it, please do ensure that you log into the platform of Mentor My Board at www.mentormyboard.com, mentormyboard.com, and the login is absolutely free. So please do join in, and share your thoughts, your aspirations with us, and we would be happy to help you out if in case any. Or you can definitely stay in the community, meet with different people, engage with different people, and definitely grow your business to the next level. So, with this, I think it would be a difficult thing for Venkata to join in. But signing off, Neha Shah from Mentor My Board, and we will keep on bringing such wonderful insights, such wonderful member stories of Mentor My Board to you through this Member Spotlight series. These series help us to showcase or to put the members under spotlight, where they can come in and share their experiences with the world. So if you are a member, please reach out to the team, and they would be happy to have you on the show next. And if you have still not become a member, do think of becoming one and joining the community. So see you all till the time we meet at the next weekend with this, with such member spotlight series, and have a great time. Bye bye.